All right, please introduce yourself, state your name and DOC number for the record.
Stacy Thompson, 744-054.
What's your name?
Stacy Thompson.
Stacy Thompson. Okay, Stacy. All right, just let me get the right one up. We got you right here.
Okay.
All right, Stacy, my name is Brendan Kelsey, along with Ms. Renata and Mr. Roche will be your panel. Explain the process to you, read some information to the record. Have a parole interview, ask you some questions, you can respond. At the end, you can make a statement, we'll take a vote. You understand the process?
Yes, sir.
Stacy, let's see, let me get you. Stacy Thompson, DOC number 744-054, second class offender for all those date 10/16/2023. Good time. 6/29/2024, full term 1/17/2029. 7-year sentence.
Yes, sir.
Possession of methamphetamines. And it looks like you were revoked on June 2nd, 2022. Does that sound correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, Stacy, how long you been incarcerated?
March 16th, made a year.
You've been 1 year on this 7-year sentence.
Yes, sir.
How old are you?
I'm 49.
So what's a 49-year-old doing in jail?
It's horrible. I know. At 45, I'd never been in trouble a day in my life till I turned 45, and I lost my husband, and felt like I lost my kids all at the same time, all in one night. And I just started making one batch.
How did that happen?
My husband had a heart attack and passed away. And
Killed. What happened?
I immediately started making bad choices. Started drinking. I'd never been a drinker, and I actually, looking back now, and now that I'm in classes and taking risk management, I see where, my thinking was wrong about it. I never really lost my kids. I was just in a drug fog, and the cognitive distortions that I've learned about, I see, I wasn't thinking clearly. I never lost my kids. They were there when I called them and needed them. But I'm sure, there was a time that they had to, you can't help somebody that won't help themselves. And you can't watch somebody you love self-destruct. So there was times that they, backed away, but anytime that I called them and needed them, they were there immediately. So I felt like I had lost my kids at moments, but it was not accurate. It was just the fog that I was in.
Well, you don't just stumble. If you've never done drugs before, you don't just like stumble on crystal meth. So how does that happen?
Well, I had started drinking, and I was drunk one night, and somebody had some, and it was actually the first time I had ever laid eyes on meth, and I done it that night and every day for 5 years after that. Yes, I have 2 college degrees. I'm a respiratory therapist for 25 years, yes, and I have a degree in science. And I'm a licensed phlebotomist. So yes, sir, I worked my whole life. I raised my kids on a church pew. I've had a very normal, good life up until I was 45. And like I said, I just started making one bad choice and one bad decision after another, and just ran my life so far off course that I couldn't get it back on track, and actually created a prison for myself worse than this one, so I did.
Well, that's kind of concerning. So what's going to make me feel better that you're going to be, if we were to release you, that you're going to be able to handle the meth problem, not be around those same people that you get in trouble with? What is the relationship with your kids now? Is that estranged? Are they talking to you? What's going on?
Yes, sir. My kids are, we have a healthy relationship, and I'm not going back to the same environment. I'm going to a sober living program. I've been accepted. I should have an acceptance letter
Right.
in my
All right, you do. I want you to tell me about it. What is it?
P31.
Kingdom Recovery, is that what you're saying?
Yes, sir.
Tell
I'm
me
sorry.
about it.
You were cutting out. I didn't understand. I didn't hear the full question.
Just tell me about it. Your Kingdom Recovery, is that what you're going to?
I'm going to P31 in Monroe. Yes, sir. And I've spoken with Miss Tina Bass, and she told me that she would like for me not to come with the time frame in mind, to come, you know, long term, and plan on going there and working that program, getting a sponsor.
Is that the Kingdom Recovery as well?
I've never heard that name, so I'm not aware of that, but I just know it's P31. That's what?
That's Catherine Swanson.
That's a different part. That's another.
Okay, for some reason I had Kingdom Recovery on here.
Yeah.
I think that's the next person.
Right. Okay, so how long is that program?
I think typically a year, but she told me that she would like for me to come and stay as long as I felt that I needed, 2 or 3 years, whatever I needed. She said she didn't want me to put a time frame on it.
I think that's the same program, P31 Kingdom Recovery. We're finding it out again here. Whatever it is, you've been accepted to, is what you're saying.
Yes, sir.
So what are you gonna do? Where are you gonna work? What are you gonna do?
Well, I'm going to try to get my medical license reinstated. If that is not a possibility for me, I know that I can work in other labs. I can work in a sleep lab just on my respiratory degree without actually having a valid license. And I know that I can work in other diagnostic labs without my license.
Where are you gonna live? I mean, you're gonna go to sober living. Where is your home? Where are you gonna go live after that?
I want to go to Mendon, possibly where my youngest son is. He has 2 small children that he.
Where'd you live when you got in all this trouble?
Sir.
Where'd you live when you got in all this trouble?
Monroe, West Monroe.
Have you had any write-ups, disciplinary write-ups?
No, sir.
What do you currently do at the facility there?
In 2 classes. I'm in risk management and beyond trauma.
How much longer you have to finish those?
I think 3 months each on both of them.
Okay. 3 months each on both of them. Okay. So in the 3 months, you'll be completed at both of them.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, staff, y'all have any input there for me on her, Miss Stacy?
No, sir.
Well, you like to make a statement on your behalf?
Yes, sir. I would like to just ask y'all to take in consideration that my history and my past, I don't have a criminal record, and that I do know how and understand how to live on the, you know, right side of the law and be a productive citizen. And I really, this risk management class has really helped me, giving me tools that I wish I had had my whole life. You know, understanding and recognizing risk factors. And I know that I know how to live the correct way. And I'd just like for y'all to take in consideration that, you know, I don't have a history of trouble.
Okay, sounds good. All right, it's been prepare to vote. Right. All right, well, I'll vote first. I'm gonna, you know, listen, you're right, there's a lot of concern. The fact you're 45 and you started having these problems. I mean, that's a problem. You have children involved. I get it. You know, life is there are tough things in life. You're gonna go through some hard things as well. Looks like your good time date is 6/29/2024. But I'm gonna vote, to me, to grant you parole to the P31, which is, it's called Kingdom Recovery P31. I want you to do NAA 3 times a week. At least you might do it every day there. That's a minimum. And when you get out, I want you doing it. I want you to do some community service. I want you to do about 5 hours a month of community service. Speak to at-risk. You speak to somebody, tell them your story. I want you, of course, go to the Kingdom, the P31, and I want you to have a mental health evaluation and follow up. I just think that maybe you've gone through some trauma, but all of these things, I want you to complete these 2 classes first. I want you to complete risk management and beyond trauma. When you finish those, then you'll be eligible to release. So you need to finish those. If it's 3 months, if it's 2 months, whatever it is, complete those classes, then you'll be released. That's just one vote. That's my vote. Ms. Renato.
Thompson, where's your children? Why aren't they?
Well, they are, well, they're grown, so they have their own families. 2 are in Caldwell Parish, 3's in Caldwell Parish, and the other one is in Minden. I guess that's Webster Parish.
I do agree. I think my vote today also is to grant after you finish the risk management beyond trauma and to the long-term.
Thank
Mr.
you.
Roach.
Ms. Thompson, my vote is the same reasons, under the same conditions, that you complete both good time classes that you're presently in, and after release, you'll be released to the 31 program with Ms. Peter back.
Thank you.
All right, you understand stipulation? You understand stipulation? 3 votes to grant. Parole's been granted. Good luck to you.
Thank you.